So this is a simple problem asking for the length of the hypotenuse of a right triangle. And if you remember, what's special about a right triangle is that you can use the Pythagorean theorem to figure out the hypotenuse if you know what the length of the legs are. So this problem is essentially asking if you know what the Pythagorean theorem is. So let's draw the Pythagorean theorem again to remind ourselves how this works. You have two legs of a triangle, A and B, and this distance of the hypotenuse here, I'm going to call C, and the Pythagorean theorem says a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So we can figure out the distance of C by square rooting both sides. So we get square root of a squared plus b squared equals C. That's what we're going for here. And now if we just take the lengths of the legs that we know, 4 and 7, and we plug those into this formula right here, we can figure out what C is. C equals the square root of 4 squared plus 7 squared. Or in other words, that's going to be the square root of 16 plus 49. In other words, that is the square root of, I gotta think here, what is that, 65? Square root of 65. Okay, and that is our answer. Now, you can see where some of these other answers might have come from. 4 times 7, that's 28. That would be the area of a rectangle. That is not what we want. 4 plus 7, that's 11. That's not what we want. 4 times 7 times 1/2, that's the area of a triangle. That's 14, also not what we want. And you have square root of 11, which is just thrown in there for fun. So you have all these distractors that kind of make sense with geometry, but they don't fit the picture that's being asked for. We want the length of the hypotenuse, which involves Pythagorean's theorem.